This is an update on June 16th on the status of my garden. Just to clarify, my garden plot starts where this pathway is on the left-hand side here, and it's everything to the left of that. So you see this row that I'm pointing at here all the way to the end over there. So I'm going to start from a different corner from last time. So it's been about 6 days since the last update, and there have been quite a few changes. So going over those. Again, in this corner here, these are the watermelon plants that my friend put in. So my friend takes care of these. I don't really get involved. Over here, everything else is what I've been working on. So right here, we've got a couple of different varieties of green beans. Not a lot of plants have emerged, but the ones that have, hopefully you can see that, they're finally getting to a point where they're growing very well on their own. This one over here, you can see kind of located close to the tomatoes next to it, so I have to be careful with pruning the tomatoes to make sure that they don't block out the sun. So over here, we've got a whole bunch of tomato plants. So like I mentioned last time, I think I underestimated the amount of spacing that's needed, so they are kind of growing together. I've done a lot of pruning lately. I try to force them to grow more vertically, and we'll continue to do so. Quite a lot of individual tomatoes, fruits have emerged. As you can see here, these are some of the black ones. And yeah, couple have I think 3 different varieties over here. Yeah, you can see some of the bigger black tomatoes over here. Yeah, so other than the pruning issue, though, very happy with how things are progressing. They're actually at the point now where these plants are the ones that are preventing the weeds from growing, as opposed to the other way around. So next we're over here, this is a sunflower plant. We've got some more sunflowers over there. We can see that some of the leaves are being chewed off now by bugs. You can see there's kind of like the beetle over there that you can see. So yeah, have been starting to spray these plants as well. Although you can see it's got excellent leaf growth, so should not be too concerned about the bugs being a problem. This one over here, I think it's just something I just might have dropped one of the seeds accidentally to the ground, and it kind of grew on its own. Over here, I looked these up. It turns out that the name for these is just simply Chinese lettuce. So yep, last week I said I just put them in, and you can see already just after less than a week, quite a lot of growth. In fact, we've already started to harvest a few of the leaves here. So very fast growing. Over here is regular kind of green lettuce. Also harvested these just yesterday, so they're actually much bigger than they appear now. Hopefully, by cutting off some of the leaves, it'll continue to grow, and we'll be able to continue harvesting throughout the summer. That again is one of the pepper plants that kind of ran out of space in the other row, so that's just kind of there on their own. Over here, we've got a couple more varieties of the green beans. So yep, very happy with how these are progressing now. Again, they started out with having quite a bit of problem with the bugs. They were chewing a lot of the leaf off to the point where I was concerned that plants were not going to be able to grow, but I think we've gotten past that phase, and they're growing very well on their own again. Again, spacing has been an issue now, so I will have to continue to prune these cherry tomato plants that are located next to it. Yeah, some of these have actually also fruited, so you can see over here, for example, you see a bunch of little cherry tomatoes that have already emerged. Okay, over here, some more of the Chinese lettuce. Yeah, so some of these we already harvested yesterday, and yeah, continue to hope they grow at this rate. Over here, there used to be a patch of radishes. We've harvested all of them, so I'll be putting in more plants soon, transplanting things from pots that I have at home. So these are the Napa cabbage again. So they're already coming along nicely last week, but they've really accelerated their growth lately. You can see on the seed packet, they recommended spacing about 16 inches apart, which is about what I have here, but they're already kind of touching each other. In fact, this one over here, I'd say this is easily like 18 inches or more in width already. So I'm glad I did manage to thin them out sufficiently where they're able to continue to have space to grow. Over here, got a couple of cucumber plants that have really grown out quite a lot since last time. So it's great to see. And then I've also transplanted these ones over here. These I had in pots at home. So yeah, some of the early cucumber plants that I started out had a lot of problems. But yeah, finally at a point where I have a good number of plants that I have pretty confident we can get these to grow nice and big and produce some good fruits. Got also a couple of tomato transplants that came from pots, and I'll be transplanting more as well. This area over here also used to be a patch of radish. Harvested those, so I'll be pulling the rest of the weeds, mulching, and then transplanting other plants. Snow peas over here. So started supporting them with the stakes that I have. Yeah, this one might need I need a little more help over here. Not much to say here, just kind of wait for them to keep growing, and likewise with the green beans over here as well. And then finally the peppers over here. So one of these had to start to support with the stake that I put in the ground. So we've had some thunderstorms lately, very strong winds, so has caused a bit of a problem for some of these, as they're still not very strong at this point. So I think this one over here you can see also requires some more support. So I'll be doing that once I end the video here. Oh, and then the last thing here is the Thai basil. I mentioned last time that I was pulling the flowers off, so I'll continue to do so. But yeah, quite a lot of further growth since last time. It's really great to see. Hopefully we get nice fresh basil throughout the summer. So that's it for the 16th, and I'll be continuing to do these updates every few days.